right, guys, so we're still wrapping up a lot of our Summer Game Fest coverage, but we are here to talk about our hands-off impressions of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. I do want to make a little disclaimer for anybody that wants to make comments on the video and say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I am a OG Dragon Ball fan. I've been watching Dragon Ball and playing Dragon Ball games since the very first Dragon Ball Z games ever hit the United States. But at the same time, I don't know every singular detail about every singular aspect of every singular Dragon Ball game that has ever come out. I did check out, I played Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 from start to finish. It was such a great game. I did get Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for the collector's edition. The collector's edition still sits on my shelf today. It was a masterpiece of a collector's edition. And I don't really think we have game collector's editions like that anymore, especially with physical media leaving, which I'm okay with. GTA 6. But Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is very different and introduces a lot of new elements into the game. I did not really play a lot of co-op. I didn't have the best internet at the time when Xenoverse 2 came out, so I didn't play a lot of online co-op. But with Xenoverse 3, it is a completely rebuilt engine in this game. There is a new visual element in this game, and there is really heavy core RPG elements with your CAC, which is your create a character. And what's great about this game is that it really harnesses a lot of what's been, I think, added over the years in multiple different games. We get a really good visual representation with this game, somewhat like we did with Sparking Zero, but also we get a lot of RPG elements as we did in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which I really enjoyed that game. But what's great about this game is that not just all those elements. The game is set 148 years after Xenoverse 2 in age 1000. So players are a student at West City University, and they enlist in a core squad, which is the Great Saiya Squad. So the story of this game and lore was something that Akira Toriyama actually laid out and had planned. This is something that was announced a while back, of course, before his passing. And it still just sucks that he is not here with us to enjoy the launch of this title, which it does come out in 2027. But what's really great about this game is it adds I think a plethora of different styles and different play styles that really breathes in that fresh air, a breath of fresh air into the game series. A lot of these games over time, it's kind of like, how can you continue them without adding new elements into the game? And I think that's really what they kind of took on with this game. It is something really, really unique and really cool. So to stop just blowing air up your your derriere, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is a massively sprawling experience that has really deep RPG elements. And it is set in West City. It is set, like I said, 200 years after the events of Dragon Ball Z, 148 years after the events of Xenoverse 2. While we were sitting down and watching this hands-off play session with Bandai Namco, our character, or the character that they had on screen, was kind of a full introduction with Bulma, with her normal crazy entrances. But Bulma and Gamma 1 are the ones that are really supporting the Great Saiya Squad. And then we get an introduction of new characters like Brett, Licha, Ram, and Tap. And Brett was the most unique to me. He is an Earthling Saiyan that looks like a merger between Yamcha and Gohan. I don't know. It was really crazy to see him in that style. But players get to explore and uncover exciting stories in West City, the vibrant new world set in Age 1000. Also, in the combat of this game, it is a very expansive, high-speed, action-packed adventure that you can play with up to 4 players online in co-op. Players can soar through West City, boosting across the battlefield and unleashing their powerful Kai attacks against enemies. So what we saw in our demo is something that you may have seen now, but we were provided B-roll from Bandai Namco, and we got to see these 4-player squads take on an element of raids, and in these raids, they took on very kind of sub characters from RR, and of course the Frieza squad and many other characters. During these raids, you saw a lot of the elements that are really great about this game. You got to see the abilities that you can use and can customize. We did see some bits and pieces of the character selection screen and customization, but they didn't really go in depth on that, and they did not really go in depth on the overall story of this game and where this is taking place, or like why this game, what is based on this game. Like, what are we doing in Age 1000? Why is the Seiya squad formed the way it is? Is it just for Universal and to watch over West City? Is it to watch over the entirety of the world or the timeline, or what? But I thought what was really great, and I'll just talk about this stuff kind of briefly. The boss level that we got to see with Broly was pretty fascinating and fun. It was really fast-paced, like I said. Being able to play that with up to 4 characters is going to be very awesome to me, because playing Xenoverse 2 and taking on a lot of these type of raids and all this other stuff by myself it just sucked. It really sucked. And I think that's the reason why I didn't get all the way to the end of Xenoverse 2. But in Xenoverse 3, I have much, much better internet, so I will easily be able to play with other people online. But you can, of course, as most of you know, you can customize your character to your fullest heart's content, and customize their Kai Blast, their super attacks, everything. And I think what's really cool is the heavy amount of customization you're going to be able to do in this. You're going to be able to be male or female in multiple different races this time around, instead of just being able to choose here or there. I know it was it was pretty expansive in Xenoverse 2, but it was somewhat limited as well. Also in the game, I did notice during the gameplay session that the game was super fast-paced, but it was really easy to kind of pick up. Now, the enemies are not easy, and that is the reason why you need this co-op aspect of the game. But if you don't have like a full team that you're taking on, and it's just like you, one other person that you're playing with online, and then you have some of your AI companions that are with you, they do have a new system that's set up that I really thought was unique, called Soul Assist. And that gives players the opportunity to unleash a powerful attack alongside powerful allies from the Dragon Ball Xenoverse universe, or the Dragon Ball universe, like with characters like Krillin, Piccolo, Vegeta, and many others. Also, they have a new system set up called Soul Switch, which is a mechanic that allows players to temporarily harness the power of Dragon Ball characters by switching their body completely. So if you are a CAC and you do Soul Switch, you can transform into future Trunks or Vegeta or so on and so forth, and do massive heavy damage on these bosses that you're taking on. I thought that was something really unique. I have seen some people online that have kind of stated they didn't know if they liked that element, but coming from somebody that is all down for brand new additions to previously released series, I think that is something that is much needed, that really kind of gives it that kind of fresh perspective on styles of play. Also, depending on your race, you can power up your character. As in Xenoverse 2 and Xenoverse 1, you can go Super Saiyan if you are a Saiyan. You can also power up your other characters if you're another race. But let's be honest here. Most of us play as Saiyan, okay? I don't know if everybody plays a Saiyan, but I'm sure most of us do. And in Xenoverse 2, you could power up to a Super Saiyan 3, but it was kind of just like you kind of yelled, you were like, rah, and then it just happened. You know what I'm saying? But this time around, they actually added some of the elements from the newest Daima series, as well as some of the animated series that we've seen before, to where the hair actually extends out during the animation. A lot of people may think that's something kind of small, but those small kind of fine-tuned details just make you more engrossed into the universe that they're trying to build with these games. And I think it's something really unique and cool with this game that I think that I'm going to play a lot of. Hopefully me and some people from our team at Cinelinx will be able to jump into this game and really check this out, because I think it is something that is going to be really fun to play with friends. Unless you're just, you're you want as much punishment as possible, and you're a glutton for punishment, and you want to try this solo. But I think it's a really unique take on the Xenoverse universe to have 4 new mainline characters. Hopefully, we're also going to have brand new enemies to be able to face off against. I'm sure that Toriyama and the entire team over at Bandai Namco, when conceptualizing this game, they really wanted something different with this game to kind of explore elements of Dragon Ball that we haven't really explored before in game form. But like I said, I thought some of the really cool additions in this that we saw in our gameplay was, of course, the updated engine. The game looked stellar. It really looked like something that we saw with, like, it was almost kind of like a merger of the visuals of Sparking Zero with the gameplay elements of Kakarot, which I'm down for. And then also we saw a lot of new elements with the gameplay mechanics. There were so many different styles of play, and that's what's exciting about this game, is no matter the type of player that you are, you can choose your character and customize it to your fullest heart content, to where it is your style of play. And if you don't want to do the soul switch mechanic, you don't have to. It's not something that is required. But soul assist and soul switch are definitely something that I'm going to be doing and utilizing as much as I can, because I really think it is something that is cool. Especially it's something that can come in handy if you and your squad actually work together and save that soul switch or soul assist for the right time while you're facing off against these bosses. But I just want to give a big shout out to Bandai Namco for giving us the opportunity of sitting down with them and checking this game out while at Summer Game Fest. It was a really cool experience, and I think it's definitely something that is going to add a new element of excitement into the Xenoverse series. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like really big diehard Xenoverse fans, but you can check out Second Opinion's YouTube page. I did play a lot of Xenoverse 1 and 2, but it was mainly like versus mode that I was playing, and I was like really big into like the main core aspects of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, but I think after playing so many games that feature the same exact story so many times, I'm like, okay, I need something different. So Age 1000 is where it's at, man. I'm telling you, it's definitely going to take the series into a really good realm of content. I think they've got some really great content as well. From what they've said, they didn't really get a chance to, not really that they didn't get a chance, they couldn't talk to us about every element that I asked about, but I am very excited for this game, and I think you should be too. It is coming out very soon. And when I say very soon, I mean 2027. But when you really think about it, we're halfway through 2026. So at least they didn't say 2028. But it is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PC as well. It is not coming to Switch at this point in time, but you never know. Maybe it'll come out to Switch too. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to my spastic impressions of this game. Please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.